Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D, and this will be my reading for the new moon that is happening on, it was actually Monday, the 26th of September at 7:54 a.m. So if you are on the other side of the world, then it will be your Sunday when this new moon happens. And it is happening in Libra. So this week, I really feel like it's about relationships as well as your work with the planets and the aspects that we have. I feel like this is going to be a really good new moon. It's a really good time to set your intentions in. We've got some really good aspects, a lot going on with this new moon. We do have the sun and the moon conjunct, so this will affect your life. This can bring about emotions or thinking about things being fair. We want, when you're in Libra, you always want things to be fair, and justice to be sought. But also it's relationships as well. And it is an aspect of money too, because it's ruled by Venus. And at the time, we do have Venus and Mercury together in a Virgo with this. So this can be, we're thinking about, well, again, we could be thinking about in Virgo, relationships with Venus being there, and with our finances, having that right one, setting things out correctly, trying not to get too mixed in that, wanting that perfect thing. As I said with Virgo last week, Virgos want everything to be perfect, very nitpicky. But it's also about with communication, wanting to say things the right way, thinking what's the right, but things, because Mercury's still in retrograde, these things still may not go according to plan. We've got one more week of Mercury retrograde, one more week to go, and then finally it will be over and we move forward. Plus, we've got Jupiter opposing the sun and moon. Jupiter brings in luck, so I feel like it's going to be like energy, it could bring about abundance. So as I said, setting your intentions, working towards something, relationships, work, having that right workplace. Are you in the right workplace? Plus, we've also got aspects with Pluto and Uranus with this new moon. It's going to, so Pluto in Capricorn, again, this is like more work, it's structure, it's routine, it's law and order. So this can bring about a lot of change into the way you do things, the way things are run, the way things are set. So this is very business-like. So it is structured. So this can bring about big changes. There is a good week for, I feel like, clearing what doesn't serve you anymore, whether it be your work, looking for something new, or even for relationships, big thing for relationships, clearing out relationships that really don't serve you anymore, that aren't going to help you anymore. Not just like romantic relationships, but always talking about friendships or any relationship that you have with any person. I feel like a lot of clearing is going to be coming out over the next, I feel like 3 months. But with the Uranus, is going to bring about an unexpected aspect to this. It's going to bring things, I guess, our reality, our environments, also again finances, so unexpected twists and turns with changes coming up. There is also a square with Mars, so Mars can work against these energies. So this could bring about a strength or act. I feel like the energy is going to be higher, more like taking action. It can bring about frustration. Maybe you're a person who doesn't like to be emotional, so maybe you try to keep emotions at bay with this. But in Gemini's, again, with our networks, our social scenes, being social, again, it's a lot of things coming up with relationships and networking in our work. So I feel like it's a good time to look at things and take control of your life and where it's going and where you want it to go, and trying to create that balance, and how relationships are working with you, how you're connecting with people. Sometimes, we sort of realize, or we go to a group that we're in and we don't fit in anymore. Sometimes we outgrow people. So I feel like these are the things that are going to start to come in as well. The sun will be at its weakest point with this where it is, but saying that, it's still going to affect life, our lives. We're still looking at our life, because at the end of the day, sun is it's the masculine, but it's also our life as well. Now, what we've also got going on with this, on the 30th, we have Venus moving into Libra. So it will be next Friday. I'll probably talk more about that in my next week's video. But Libra, moving into Venus in Libra, will be again, Venus will be in its peak. It will be in its strongest point, because it is ruled by Libra. So this is a strong placement for Venus. So this is going to bring about a lot of balance in relationships and money too, which I'll talk about next week. And also justice. I said, like, justice is going to be a key, and making things balanced with this. We've also got an aspect to Saturn with Mars. So with this, the technology, I feel like more chaos with technology, more issues with technology coming up this week. There could even be hacks. There was a hack, one of our telecommunication companies this week. There could be more of that coming up, or anything technology based. It's going to be more about connecting face to face with people than technology this week, because I feel like, especially with Mercury retrograde, things that go according to plan, glitches, that can be more trouble coming up. Also with the collective humanitarianism carrying things coming up too. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is going to be a really good new moon. I feel like this is a good, rather a good transit, which what we haven't had in a while. But sudden changes coming up with that too. So also what I was getting also with this transit too, because I feel like with this new energy, renewal, awareness with spirit. I feel like spirit, very connection with spirit a lot this week. Relationships, money and wealth. But I also got choose your enemies wisely. So try not to get into any conflict with people. If you are wanting to clear up relationships, try and find a way to do it in a diplomatic and peaceful way as possible. Try not to try to go into much drama this week. Keep friends who you love close. So keep those ones that you know in your corner, close to you the most, not people who are not in there for you. Don't make silly decisions, but think wisely. This week I'm a bit of a collector with certain things, and I have been trying to collect things with the Queen's Jubilee. And one of the things I was trying to get was the Barbie doll. I collect the limited edition dolls. And it sold out in like seconds when it came on the market. I haven't been able to get one. And I've been looking on eBay, prices going up. But I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was one on Facebook for $69. I'm like, I was going to buy it, but I'm like, that seems too good to be true. And I went to the comments, and reading some of the comments, I found out and realized it's a scam. So I didn't buy it. So these are the things that are going to come up this week with this Neptune energy. Be careful of any sort of scams or delusions. I've been saying this for a few weeks now. So just be careful. These things can come up. Think wisely. Come up with a plan B with Mercury retrograde. Always come up with plan B, A, B, C, D. Don't just have one plan and rely on that plan this week, especially with these aspects of Pluto and Uranus. We've got don't hurry love, wait it out. So I feel like don't rush things or when people are trying to find love, they just go online and try to make it happen in a thin air. Or, I feel I'm a big believer in letting destiny take its time. And when destiny is ready to bring in someone, it will. If you're going to meet someone, you'll meet someone. And I feel like sometimes when we're pushing and trying to make things happen, it doesn't end up being the best. So I do feel like this is a week of not trying to make things happen, to just let it unfold and happen organically or naturally is going to be better. And if it doesn't happen, then you wait it out. So I keep on hearing my sign for that for this week. Got surround yourself with loving people. Again, network people who are in your corner. Create networks that are going to help you. So creating networks for the future, I feel like, is a big thing. And people who you can network for, not only for your professional career but personal development too. Got be brave and stand out from the crowd. So again, taking risks. I go to a class, and people were asked to stand up to bring in spirit, and people were scared and saying no. These are the times where you want to stand out, where you take those risks, you get the opportunity, you take them. You don't just sit back and go, no, I'm not ready, because you'll never be ready if that's the case. I've got here health. Look after your health this week, because we're in Virgo. Virgo energy is also about health. So I feel like even like things may go with this retrograde, with Mercury going into Virgo. Food, even myself, I just feel my stomach has been off, and yeah, not good. And then today I was like, oh God, I just knew it. And knew it. Things aren't going right. So it is about looking after your health, and especially with things with food too, because Virgos, I usually find with Virgos, there's a thing with food for them. Either they overindulge, underindulge, they have a food intolerance. There's something with food with Virgos. So with this Mercury retrograde, it's probably going to bring something this week with food with you. Maybe something's not agreeing with you. Maybe you need to look at what you're eating, eat less, or maybe you need to eat more, put more vegetables in your diet. There's just something coming up, food, or looking after your health this week. Got relationships make a break. As I said, I feel like over the next 3 months is a clearing of relationships that really don't serve us anymore. I got don't overindulge. So don't try to indulge in anything that you shouldn't as well. Important for this week. And I feel like everything has an expiry date, and I feel like this is with relationships. So, I said we outgrow relationships that don't serve us. We just, sometimes it's organic. Things happen, you evolve, and we have to let go. Even for myself in my own networks, I know that there is one that I have around me that I know I need to take care of. And I will, and I've got a plan set in place. So these are the things that are happening up for this week. So let's do some cards, and let's see. There we go. And I've done my which cards am I going to do for the week? I'll do my cat cards for the week. I just finished my radio show on A1R Psychic Radio. So just look up A1R Psychic Radio to catch my radio show. And I had a really good show. Had a really, really good show. Had a lady that was with me in spirit, and she was for a caller. So I was very happy. It was a very good show. Just very happy how it turned out. Okay, let's do some cards for the week ahead. Let's see. Where are we going to go? Okay, let's have a look. I am hoping to film my Indian predictions this week too. I'm hoping time doesn't get the better of me like it has been. I usually don't put it out, but I am going to put that out. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I will say for this week coming up ahead, we are all on a mission. We are all looking for something. It is time for leaders to step up and be leaders. There is a thing about contracts coming up in here. There's also things in the cards that are coming up about relationships too, and having that courage where it's very easy, I feel like now mental health is used as such a, like I was saying to my friend in the past, when someone had severe mental illness, like if you said you had mental illness, you would know that person had severe mental illness, whether it be schizophrenia or there was something going on, bipolar, there was something there. Now it's like if you're depressed, it's mental illness. Like we now, there's not, it's like everything gets put down to that. And I feel like now it's because and it is okay to let people know how you feel. That is okay. But I feel like now it's to the point where people can often hide behind that, where if I don't feel good, I don't feel well, and we all have those times where we don't feel good, we don't feel well. But I feel like this week it's like we can't use that as an excuse, because we've all, and with that Pluto and Capricorn, we've all got commitments, we've all got things to fulfill, we've all got responsibilities. So it's about not letting go of that responsibility and still getting up and doing the work, moving forward. Because if we give up, if we just give up, or we hide behind that, I'm not feeling well, I'm depressed, we don't get to this. We don't get to that happiness. We don't get to where we're going to go. Sometimes we do have to go to the bad to get to the good. So I feel like this is a big thing that's coming up a lot, even lately. You know, we've all got responsibilities, and sometimes we do have to push through. Obviously, if there is like severe things that are going on, obviously it's a different story. But I'm talking about people who use it as a thing to hide behind. I find it happens a lot. It is about being creative this week too. Be creative. You are stronger than what you think you are, and you are going to, this week could be a week where you are having to consolidate or counsel or help someone who you feel in the past that you've really looked up to and felt like that they are maybe stronger than you, they've got it more together, like, and you're having to help them. So what I see with this card, I always see it's like the cat is caring or helping the lion, but the shadow of the cat is much bigger than what the lion doesn't even have a shadow here. So I always feel like with this card is that the person thinks that maybe they're not as strong, but they're stronger than what you think you are, and that you might have to help someone else who you think is stronger than you this week. Looking at every aspect in detail, I feel like in work is going to come up this week here. I feel like, as I said, creativity, but as I said, I feel like it's going to be energy. I feel like this new moon, it's going to get us out of some of the garbage that we're going through. We're going to start coming out of it now with this one. But leaders need to shine brightly. I feel like we're on a mission. It is about leaders, but also there could be something that does stop us this week. So some plans may not go through. So they always have a plan B, C, A, D, C, F. Have multiple plans in place, because we may get stuck in our tracks, or plan A may not work. As I said, this is talking about contracts. I feel like this is like soulmate contracts or contracts with people coming up, and could be starting a new job, but starting a job in retrograde. Not sure if you can delay it by any chance, would also be good. A lot of things, relationships coming up here. I feel like we are moving in a good direction, but we can be surrounded by sharks. Some people, we're moving on, we're clearing, we're on a mission. And with all these contracts, there could be a tug of war. So perhaps a contract, make sure you read it through. Something's not right. There could be issues with starting a new thing. There's like a tug of war happening over with the contract. So just try to, I guess, navigate and start it wisely. But I feel like with this new moon, we're even going to, I feel like we're feeling the effects of it already on Friday, coming in. I just feel like something different about today, of being energized and feeling different. For some reason, the energy today, it does feel like that too. But also I feel like something about caught up in certain responsibility, or your responsibilities. Sometimes we get caught up in different things. They come up to our head this week too. Okay, I will look, we will do a channel, and then we'll do the 4-card spread. Okay, let me see. Okay. You all have wondrous bright eyes and see the world differently. For one person, how they see the world is different to another, and so on and so on. And together you all make a unique individual world. It's important for you all to be individual and stand out. Do not tolerate to be a sheep, or to just follow what someone else does, for this will lead you down a dead end. You need to use your intuition, be wise, and make the moves that are right for you to where you're going to go. This will bring you abundance. It will bring you to where you want to go. It's like the pot of gold after the rainbow. It is the sun coming out after the rain. It is very important that you all stand your ground, say what you believe in, and stick to your own beliefs. Do not stray. This is very important this week, not to stray from your own belief system or where you are heading. For the moment that you turn, the moment that you show weakness and you follow the crowd, is the moment that things are going to start unraveling for you, and life will turn for a dramatic change. Always in your power, always be yourself, always know that the collective is meant to be different For you're all not meant to be the same. If you were all the same and all thought the same, then this world would be a very boring place. I wish you good luck, and indeed this new moon will bring good fortune to you all, for those who've done the work, who stayed to your true selves, and who have gone forward and made your own reality work for you. For those who have just followed through and been sheep and just been herded into the crowd, for you are going to find this new moon is going to show what you have done wrong and show where you should have gone right and show you where things have changed for you. You'll still learn and things will still work out. It'll just be a different way, but more of a harder way of getting through of what's coming up over the next 3 to 4 months ahead. I wish you a good day and goodwill and all the best for the coming week ahead. Okay. I'm going to use, I've got a new deck of cards this week, which is, this is my new cards, my new deck of cards. So I'm going to use this. Let's have a look here. Okay. I think it's matte. I don't like matte cards. I like shiny cards. But anyways, let's see. So we go here. Start picking out cards. So card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. So card number 1, which is this card here. This card, okay, it's about the moon. So we've got here, I feel like this card is going to bring up emotions for you. It's bringing up the emotions of people surrounding you. You're getting too involved and too mixed up in other people's emotions. And I feel like you may need to take a step back. There is a sense of loving and compassion for this, but at the same time, you're putting the weight of everyone else onto you. It is time for you to remove that emotion and start to just thinking about yourself, living your own life, and yes, be there to help them, but don't take on their stuff. Always, I feel like it's a big cleansing week for you, to cleanse and to remove people's energies that no longer are serving you or draining you, because I feel like there's an aspect of feeling drained and overwhelmed by people's stuff that's coming up. This I feel like if you can go like sun back in the moon, it's really good. There is an aspect of wishes and wishing, but holding yourself up high and also wanting to be free with this card too. Card number 2, which is this card here, upside down. Okay, this card, I feel like with this card, it's very magical. It's like the crown top of your head. It's like you're coming into a new era. There's a new stage of life for you. It's a new creating opportunities, but creating your own world, your own reality. If it's like business, your work, creating stuff for yourself. It's time for you to step up and to move forward. There's like no more excuses for you. You can do it and you know you can, but you've been holding back. It is time to move forward. There is like, your emotions are very strong, but you're very stability. There's something about stability this week with you too, with your emotions. But people are looking up to you as some sort of like knowledge. So I do feel like you've got the knowledge, the power, the wealth. You're like a matriarch with this card, like some sort of matriarch, like head of something. Card number 3, which is this card here. Okay, we got this card here. So this card here represents surrender, change, knowledge, security. There's a big change around you. What was once dead, or if everything feels a bit like everything burnt up, there's new growth, so new things coming in. There's a new challenge coming that's going to help you to make you grow stronger. It's also about, it's like you feel maybe you're divided, or there's two sides to you. These two sides are going to, I feel like, need to come together this week too. And knowing that you're your own key to your own successes this week with this card. But there's a lot of growth. There's also a lot of self-reflection coming up. You're coming out of the dark, so you're coming out of something that's a situation. It could be bad and quite toxic, going into a new beginning or a relationship that's really going to serve you but much better, more than you know. 4th card is this card here. Again, it's about the moon. Okay, with this one, you have reached a success. You've done the hard work, you've done the hard yards. It has been a struggle. You have been trying to climb up the mountain, and it's like you've finally got relief. You're finally, like, it's like you're sunbaking in the sun or the moon, soaking up the energy that's there around you with this new moon. Your wishes are starting to come true, or you've been working towards them, and it has been hard for you. With this card, I feel like it has been a struggle and hard work, but this week it's like it's paying off. You're going to make things happen, and if they don't happen, you're working more towards them, but you know you can see the tunnel. Like, you're seeing the end of the tunnel now. You're seeing the light. You're going further, and even your own, like, spiritual beliefs are getting stronger, or gifts are getting stronger with you this week with this card too. Okay. Okay, so yes, if you want to contact me for a reading, please do so. So my main days for readings for my clients who are not at the shop that I read at are Monday, Tuesday is very good, and Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, and Friday afternoons is good for me. At the shop, I'm there on the Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. I do have, I think, a little bit of availability for this week coming up, but I mostly am getting booked out, and I've got appointments coming up into even next month, which is really, really good, and I'm really, really happy. I cannot believe the bookings in the business that I am getting too. So my other days I am for my other clients, and plus I do like Ubering 3 nights a week still, so it's where my time is a bit all over the place. But if you do want to contact me for a reading, please do so. You can, best way to do it for Facebook, so Lady D Psychic Parties, or even Instagram, Lady D as Psychic, and book in with me, and we can see what's going on. I can answer your questions with a one-on-one consultation. My prices at the shop's a bit more expensive, but my prices that I do outside the shop haven't changed. I'm not going to change. I feel like I'm not going to change it, just change them, because I want to keep it. I want to be affordable for everybody, and I just feel with what's coming up financially, I feel like there is something that's going to happen, and I just want to make sure that I am financial, that people are able to afford me. If you're over outside Australia, I do have a $5 surcharge just to cover the PayPal fee. And I think that is it. I am at the MBS Mind Body Spirit coming up in October in Sydney. So if you are in Sydney, please come and say hi, and you can book in with me beforehand. My pricing there is a bit more expensive because, again, you got to cover the rent and the space of the where we read at. And yes, so that's my fare. Also, I am looking at going up for a week break in Queensland in December. I'm just trying to work out dates. So if you are in Queensland and you'd like to book a party with me, I will be coming up in sometime in December. So if you want to book a reading or party, good time to do it when I'm going up there for a break. I don't mind doing a party. Okay, that's it. So thank you for your likes, shares, and comments, and I will see you for my next video. So I hope you have a really good week, and bye for now.